In today's video, you're going to get to see a beautiful 1986 Porsche 944. Hello everybody, welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, then welcome. I really appreciate you being here today. If you've been to my channel before, then as always, welcome back. Thank you so much for the comments that you leave for me, for your thumbs up, you subscribing to my channel, as well as remembering to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is being released. Today you're going to meet a gentleman. His name is Martin. Martin has a gorgeous 1986 Porsche 944. He calls it the NA, which is naturally aspirated, meaning that there is no turbocharger in this thing. This car is more or less stock. It has 16-inch rims as well, and it is this beautiful Guards red color. He's owned it for about 6 years. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful Porsche 944. I am waiting for Martin. I can hear him. He's not far away. Look at this. Do it one more time. And honk the horn for me. Okay, that is a loud horn. Come on out, sir. Wow, Martin. First of all, tell me what you have here.
All right, so we have a 1986 Porsche 944 NA, which means naturally aspirated.
Okay.
So as opposed to the turbo.
Yes.
And
we'll look inside in a minute.
all right,
Let's
perfect.
just chat first.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
I know you want to show your engine.
Yeah,
We're just gonna wait.
I spent
right.
so much time detailing it.
I bet. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, so this is an 86 944, and it's in Guards red.
Okay.
And yeah, so the Guards red is just like, I guess, the color for the black for the Porsche. A few little things have been done. Tried to keep it as original as possible. You know, we have the spacers on the wheels, so there's a 16-inch rims. They're the Boxster rims, and he put some spacers on just to give it a little bit of a wider stance.
Yep. Yeah.
I have a weird tire size too. So
Okay.
we got a 205 and then a 245, which I'm having a lot of trouble finding replacement tires for. So
Right.
I love the stance. It came like this, and I'm trying to replicate it. So some guys have gone 225s all the way around.
It sits beautifully, though.
But
doesn't
yeah,
it?
it's got he lowered it
my
as well, the
God.
original owner.
Look at that.
So it has such a beautiful stance. I want to keep that stance. And if you look from behind, the way the wider wheels on the back and the front, like everything is just perfect about the way that it
looks
sits right now.
awesome. Yes.
So I'm really excited about that. Love that. All those
How
different
long
things.
have you had the car then?
I've had this car for 6 years, and I found the receipt of purchase.
No way.
So this is the anniversary. May 19th, I bought it
How
6 years
cool
ago.
is that? Wow.
And I don't know about you with your car, but I felt like when I was buying the car, it was more like an adoption process.
Oh, of course.
Then,
Yes.
because the guy wants to make sure that it's going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
And then you hear the whole story, the history of the car. I believe that I'm the third owner on this vehicle as well. So the person who had it before me had it for 12 years and just drove it back and forth to the golf course.
Amazing.
And
And they loved it.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the thing. It's
Yeah,
that element
it's-
of love.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
got 240 on it too, right? Like it's been driven, which I
Okay.
like. It's
Enjoyed
not like,
is the word. Yes.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Really well enjoyed. And
Beautiful.
yeah, we just like it. You know, I love everything about it. It's like, it's my escape vehicle.
For sure.
Right?
So why the Porsche, Martin? Like, why? What interested you in this car? Is this something you always wanted growing up?
Yeah, I keep coming back to it. You know, it's a simple car. I love Volkswagen. Like my daily driver is a
well
GTI.
engineered. Well engineered.
Well
for
engineered.
sure.
You know,
yes.
my wife has a '91 Cabriolet triple white. Like we're Volkswagen family.
Right,
so,
right.
but this car is just a driver's car. Like even the turbo takes something away because then you have the turbo working. But this is a straight direct drive. You feel the engine. There's power assisted steering, so if you ever have to parallel park it, you are working so hard.
Yes.
But the reality is that I've just loved everything about the car. I just love the balance. It's rear wheel drive. It is, it was voted best handling car of the year it came out.
Do you drive it in the winter?
No, I don't.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It barely sees like night, let alone.
Right. So you don't like to get it wet. You don't like to get it dirty.
Exactly.
I'm with you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like it's just a passion thing, right? And just that engagement. I love driving. I love the manual, and this is just the way that I find that at that moment to center. Like this is my Saturday mornings, just get some clarity.
Yes.
Just a chance to escape.
Just you and the car.
Just me and the
nothing
car.
else.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is all stock and original, like the wing at the back.
Yeah. The wing's original. Nothing really has been done to it in terms of aesthetically adding to it. There's a few things that have been done to the engine, which we'll get to in a minute. But other than the spacers, the lowering, and the Boxster rims, it's pretty much.
She's gorgeous, though.
Thank you.
There's something about the Porsche, honestly. Like it's just a beautiful car. And you haven't had it painted or anything like that, Martin? This is the way it came to you?
Yeah, this is pretty much the way it came. There's, I think some spots may have been retouched, and I think it's due for a couple of retouches, as you can see underneath there on that bottom part of the spoiler. But
yeah, that's called character, by the way.
it is character, you know.
Sure. Yeah, because you can't buy it like that, right? You got to earn it.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
So there we go. Yeah, it's all good.
You got it. Yeah, exactly. So
That's lovely.
there's something about just the car looking like it's been enjoyed, right?
Yes.
Even little things like this, like I've been meaning to get this fixed, but then I haven't. Like at some point, he must have bumped this.
Something,
Yeah, because like the one.
It's a little inside compared
just a
to
little
that
bit. Yeah,
side. Yes.
exactly.
So you do see that. But hey, that's okay. Should we
what-
take a look at the engine then, since you're so
Absolutely.
proud
I know,
of it?
right?
Come
Yeah.
on, let's have a look. Good Lord, man. You're not kidding. It's all engine.
It's all engine. So there's a 2.5, naturally aspirated, like we said. I put a Lindsay Racing chip on it because these cars are only like 140 horsepower, 149 horsepower or
Out of
something.
the shop, right?
Out of the shop.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do, like, it just enough, right? Like, it just gives you enough response. It's,
You know what? These cars always turn heads, though, don't they?
they do, they do.
Whether they're standing still at a traffic light, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or certainly on the road, but everybody wants to take a look at this thing.
You're right, and you usually get like little kids say, "Look, it's a Ferrari." I'm like, it's not a Ferrari, kid.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I did the there's a K&N filter on it, so nothing crazy with like a big huge air intake. Just replaced the muffler this year, so I put a Borla exhaust on it, so it just breathes.
It sounds
beautifully.
nice.
Yeah, it sounds so
lovely.
good. So I took it on a few drives. Just the beginning of this year, I got a chance to really let it breathe on the highway, and it just runs so nicely. It has a great
It's a driver's car.
Yeah,
isn't
exactly.
it?
The
For
throttle
sure.
body too. That's another thing that very common that people do is change this piece here just to get a bit more response from the pedal. And I'm sure gearheads could give me the correct name for it. And
I'm
stuff.
sure
I
they
can't remember.
can too, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful. And I love the pop-up lights
Yeah, I
too.
can turn- I
right?
can do this.
Yeah, come on. You knew
got
I was
it.
going to ask you that. Oh. That is so sweet.
So I just put the LEDs in a couple
I like
weeks ago.
that. Look at that.
Yeah, so I did a whole YouTube video on the installing those because like I find that with these cars too, I'm sure you appreciate this, is like you have to give back to the community.
Definitely, yes.
You know what I mean? So like you get this car and I want to change the headlights and then just like, well, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And then someone will do it, but they might have like a turbo and you may not know the nuances between the NA and the turbo. So I figure anytime I do any kind of work on the car, I'll throw up a YouTube video on it and be specific about my car, year, date, model, so that if someone's searching it,
for sure.
they have a chance to figure it out. I'm like, I'm not a mechanic.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out together. And people appreciate just like that's one way of
Definitely.
just giving back to the community.
Oh,
with it, right?
and it's that whole element of sharing. Like if you've got the knowledge, if you figured it out, if there's a clever way to do it, why not? I think it's so good.
And the other thing too, whenever I replace something, that's a chance to actually like clean and detail it.
Yeah.
So like you take the
You
light
get into
off,
the nooks and
you
crannies,
get in all those
don't you?
nooks and crannies, right?
Yes.
So There's this secret thing about knowing that inside that cowling, everything in there is clean and no one's ever gonna see it, right?
Course.
So, like,
But you know it.
but I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So. Oh, actually, a fun little thing too I just discovered recently.
What's that?
This bulb here
Right.
only turns on if the lights are on in the car. So if you're like have to work on your car at night,
You have to put the key
you have to
inside.
key
Okay.
in. So if the lights are on, that bulb turns on. Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. So I didn't know.
And now it's off.
Yeah. So for years, I was like, why is there a bulb there? And how do you turn it on? And
Right,
then one time
right.
I had the lights on. I was like, oh.
Did you not go on YouTube to see if somebody else asked the same question?
No, but that makes me think I need to make a YouTube video about that.
Absolutely. Hey,
there's-
by the way, guys,
Yeah.
this is so cool.
There's always like little, like there's some clever German engineering things in here that you just kind of figure out, over time,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that. And
I mean, you know what? Honestly speaking, German engineering is just exquisite engineering. They've
Absolutely.
thought about everything, and the quality and the detail
Yep.
is second to none in
Yeah.
so many cases. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
how much space is there in the back then?
Enough to throw the moonroof in.
Right. So this is like truly the old style roof.
Yes.
You pop it off and you shove it in the back. How
Yes.
cool. Nice.
Yeah. So you, yeah, exactly. So the sunroof, it does go up or down, like just a small sliver, or you have to, once again, another YouTube video, you have to turn it to on, but not starting the engine.
Got it.
And then it pops up and releases the lock, and then it just simply pops out.
Yeah.
And then you flip these two things down like that, and then it slides straight out.
And it doesn't leak or anything?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mind you, don't really test it out in the rain too much
That's
anyway.
true,
but,
right? Yeah.
That's
So yeah,
lovely.
so tons of space. Then we have the tonneau cover.
Just keep your valuables safe.
Yep.
Well,
So-
your groceries. And
Yeah,
your
exactly.
milk and everything
Yeah.
else.
So unfortunately, like all those little things work, right? Like at this time in these kind of cars, like
Definitely.
sometimes they don't. So I'm happy about that.
Can I take a look inside?
Absolutely.
So all stock interior, right?
All
John
stock
Martin, you
interior,
didn't do
yeah.
anything here.
So just the head unit's the only thing that's not. Well, the steering wheel also was. I purchased it with that steering wheel, the Momo steering wheel.
Okay.
Some people put the crest in the middle. I kind of like the Momo
Yeah.
on there.
Even the seats, like what are they? 4-way, 6-way?
Yeah, I don't know if they work.
Okay, that's fine.
But
So the buttons are
the
just
buttons are yeah, they're
extra,
pretty-
yeah, little
But isn't
nice
it,
feature.
Yeah, but I think that's the one thing that's really interesting. This being an '86, this truly is like a touring car. Like it has cruise control. It has like the adjustable seats. Like it really is meant to drive and to drive a long distance, right? And it is very, very comfortable. Even the seat angle, the driving position is more comfortable than my daily driver.
But think of the engineering, even for back in the day. I
Yep,
mean, it
yep.
was leaps and bounds ahead of so many other car makers
Sure.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the quality, right? The
Yeah.
quality of everything.
Absolutely. So another one of those like fun things you just kind of discover. If you look at this piece right here in the middle, like these little vent adjustments,
Yeah.
this one here is the odometer reset.
No.
Yes. So if I press this button here,
Okay, how long you figured that out?
that's like one of those like, did you know? I was today
Wow.
years old when. So you see the 332 over there in the middle.
Yeah.
That should, I think if the car's on, that
Oh, it's
resets
one of
it.
those features. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
you got to keep the key. But who the heck wouldn't put that there? eh?
Right. Yeah.
Like you'd think it'd be a little knobby here somewhere, and you think it's got to be here.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And the seats in the back, I guess you could get 2 little kids in there if you were lucky. Like
Right,
little being
exactly.
the operative word, right?
Yeah. So I have having 2 sons too. I was like, there's times when like that emergency drive somewhere, you want to be like, okay, let me drive home, get my car, and come
Right
back.
on,
Like
right
if I have
on.
to throw them in here, I can. And they hate it because there's no leg room, but at least
sure.
they're safe. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. They're almost like, it's like a cockpit even back there.
absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, she's beautiful, Martin.
Thank you, sir.
Should we go for a quick drive?
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, I love the sound of this thing.
I know, right?
Oh, I
got,
could
like-
cry. Like
Yeah.
this is just lovely.
Yeah, it's like that Borla exhaust. Like, we just got it, and it's just like I am loving.
Yeah. That's a nice
You know what I mean?
sound.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
like a
nice
nice-
sound.
It's not super loud, but like you definitely.
You know it's got power.
Yeah.
So we'll go that way. Oh, Martin.
Yeah, it's just right around that 3,000 RPMs. It just has a nice little...
It's got this sweetness to it.
Yeah.
And we'll turn right here. So power brakes on this thing?
Yep, power
Okay.
brakes. And the power assisted steering is interesting, where it's like if you're crawling, it is so hard to turn it.
Right.
But you give it a bit of gas and then it lightens up. So you got to remember to when the indicator, you have to return it. Like it'll just stay indicating forever.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you think you're cool driving your car and you realize that your indicator's been on for like 6 kilometers.
Yeah. People are waving at you. You think, yeah, how you doing?
No, your blinker's still on.
Your
Like
indicator, we're going to go straight.
Oh, straight through.
No, it's true.
That's so funny.
Actually, mine does switch off, believe it or not,
Oh,
but
really?
again, only sometimes. So I'm always mindful of that. Because, yeah, it does look kind of goofy when you're
Yeah.
driving around.
There's an article I was reading the other day, and they're talking about cars, and he was trying to articulate driver engagement,
Yes.
and he said it in a way that really made sense to me. He said, like, a car that has great driver engagement, it's like you're wearing the car as opposed to driving it.
Yes.
And I feel like this car I'm wearing, like the way your thumb sits in the steering
Yeah.
wheel, the way you sit in the wheel, like everything is just like right within arm's reach, and you're just...
Even where the shifter is compared to, like, everything's
like
comfortable.
right where it...
Somebody's thought this through, right? And
Yeah.
that's the art of, like, beautifully engineered cars.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it's...
So what was the very first car you bought then, Martin?
The very first car, well,
Was it a Volkswagen something?
it was my very first car that I actually purchased with my own money. That
Right.
wasn't like a hand-me-down 1980s Volvo that my parents gave me.
Yeah.
For my first car was a 2000 Jetta TDI,
Okay.
and that was my favorite car until
That's a cool car.
It was so
Yeah.
manual.
Yeah. Great in the winter. It's like a
Yep.
tank, isn't it? Like,
Yep.
Oh, you can't go wrong with that.
Put an absolute.
And we'll turn left in the next street as well, and we'll do a quick loop. So right in this street. Oh, I love the sound, Mike. Oh my God. Sounds beautiful.
The sound of running over a squirrel.
Left here, yeah, that's right.
Oh, I can keep an indicator on since it didn't turn off.
It feels lovely though, doesn't it?
Just enough response, right? Like it's not like it's not a wild horse,
No,
but you can
but it's just right.
definitely.
And it's not a big throw either between each of the gears,
Right,
right?
yeah.
It's just nice.
When the shift linkage went, I got a short throw shifter put on since I needed the linkage anyway.
Right.
So, and that also
Improved it. Yeah?
improved it. So I think that for any improvements that I make, it's just for a better experience driving the car more than for its appearance.
Right. So you mentioned to me that you do something on the side. So tell me about that. What do you do?
Yeah, so I'm in the fitness industry, and I do an Instagram live every day where I speak with people in the fitness industry, specifically Pilates instructors, and then just talk about their passion. Like, what are they passionate about within the work? How do they find Pilates? What pivots they made during the quarantine for their business, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And basically, it's just in the same way we're talking cars right now. It's just
Yes.
talk about our area of passion.
Wow.
And you realize that it's like whether it's cars or knitting or
Whatever,
movement,
yeah.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
that giving room, giving space for your passion is so important,
Yeah.
and just celebrating that and connect with other people that have similar passions is great, right? It inspires you and affirms what you're doing, and you have someone you can talk to. Like, who's gonna get meeting someone?
Especially,
it's
if
just a chat.
something we've learned through COVID is that social aspect too, right? We want to. Well, that was interesting.
I know, eh?
You kind of miss that ability to interact with individuals, so you look for options now.
Right.
Oh, she's just fantastic. Wow. And the brakes are good.
Yes.
Okay. I think the weather's starting to turn on us. We're going to have to wrap it up.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Get our babies
Hang on
home.
a second. That's good.
You get to see me put the roof on.
Oh, yes. Okay. You do that. Of course, my roof doesn't work, so...
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, I see. Very clever.
And then just
Got it. There you go.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yep.
Flush. Impressive.
Yep.
Okay, so close the back. We're going to wrap it up, and then we're going to get out of here, I think. So stand right beside the driver's seat. Right there. Perfect. So Martin, I got to thank you. It was a blast meeting you. I'm glad you made the time for me today. I think, looking at the clouds, I think we just about timed it right.
Yep.
But hey, again, I really appreciate it. We'll definitely talk more in the future, okay?
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for sharing
you.
my passion with me.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you.